Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Animation Revaluation podcast. I hope that I am audible right now. Uh, I am Lizer, and with me for like the 63rd time or something like that is Jay. What's up, Jay?
Hello.
I think that number's correct. I don't know.
It's getting to that number. It's somewhere around there.
I think, yeah, because you started at 13 and you missed like
Where are we
two.
at? I've only missed two.
Yeah,
No, it's just vacation.
yeah. Unpaid vacation. I don't pay anyone.
You don't pay me at all.
Yeah. Everything sounds good. Good to hear. I'm glad that I'm not experiencing scuff right now. Oh man, how you doing, buddy?
uh, so I think this is the third time I've gotten COVID.
All
So
right.
I'm not dying, so that's something. I
Yet.
don't feel like. Don't say that. Don't say that, because I've been fine for the last 2 days. Don't do that.
Don't put that bad juju on me.
Yeah, I'm staying away from negativity, sir. Can't do that. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I've been stuck in my room for the last like day and a half, so
What else is new though?
mm,
We watch
I mean I
anime.
can't.
We don't leave our rooms.
Yeah, work. What?
So do I.
Yeah,
Mentally though,
I'm pretty sure
I'm in my
this.
room.
But
Oh,
other than other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
good to
I
hear,
got no,
bud.
I don't have too many complaints.
Good to hear. I'm pretty good too, man. I'm sleepy. Um, my
I felt
stomach is
that.
doing like backflips, but
Oh,
you know,
that's
yeah,
never a good. That's never a good sign.
yeah. I'm kind of used to it. Issue I've had since
Mm,
I was a kid, so whatever.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
haven't. Uh huh.
what were you gonna say?
Oh, then actually, they have you drink milk again.
All right, thanks
Mhm.
for stopping by, everyone. It's been a great podcast. Sadly, it was our last episode. I hate it here.
I'm sorry, I can't let that go. I think that's just actually kind of funny.
Bro, it's like I did it to myself. It's like
Yeah, it's
you could just get
crazy.
up and get water, but nah, drink the thing that makes you sick.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I never claimed to be a smart man. Bro, it was content.
Okay. Listen, I'm not blaming you, but now you suffered at the hands of like people in your goddamn chat.
Yeah, but at least it was like because of chat. Because remember the time I like mixed all those sodas together and drank that?
Oh
That was
God.
completely on me. That wasn't even a chat thing.
Eh.
That was just me being stupid.
I watched that and I was just like, you're gonna wake up and just be like, this feels nice. Not really.
I still like. I put root beer in there. I fucking hate root beer.
Ew.
That's all I could taste out of everything in that mixture too.
That's only because root beer has like it has a more defined taste to it, and
Yeah,
it overpowers like everything.
yeah. Plus, I put like almost the whole can, so.
That could have also been it too.
Yeah. Everything else I put like little bits in, and then the root beer I was like, all right, bottoms up.
Go half. It's like, okay, why do I taste root beer?
Huh, weird. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to
No.
talk anime.
Yes.
So, this was your turn. So what do we got,
Yes.
buddy?
All right. Um. Well, for one, for the past week, we watched the Irregular Magic High School. A little something that came out in I believe it was 2014.
Damn.
And yeah, um, ran for 26 episodes for like the first. I'd like to say the first announced like season because they went like they split it into two halves.
Mm.
There's a first half and the second half, but I don't think I could really call it like season one and season two, I guess. But basically, the world isn't like post like fucking. I like to say World War III, and now all the different civilizations are pretty much like all the different countries are like racing to create magicians, because in this world it's like fucking 2090 something, and they're just like, all right, cool, we've weaponized magic and we use science. um that leads us to our, I'd say, primary and secondary protags, at least the main two for the most part, which is Tatsuya and his little sister Miyuki. Both magicians. Um, I need this 1 second,
No.
please. Um, I watched the anime, I promise.
But what did I watch?
um,
Did they state like because they keep saying that it's his younger sister, so why are they like in the same grade?
um, honestly, I have no clue. I'll be 100% honest with you. No fucking clue.
Ask the guy who made it. He's just like, shut the fuck up.
Keep watching.
Don't worry about it.
He's like, fuck you talking about?
Face the wall.
Anyways, Faceball. Um, they get accepted into like this first high school that has a really long name for no fucking reason, and they proceed to fucking like give the full name of the school each time it's brought up. And this school is basically, if you've gotten accepted into the school, regardless of whether you're in like the fucking first class or the like you're a course one student or course two, you're still pretty fucking good at magic itself. I believe it was like you have high expectations for you, or you're like a borderline failure when it comes to the school. And that's how they kind of define course one and course two students. Uh,
It's fucking dumb.
yeah,
You're the best. You're the
Miyuki.
worst.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know, but Miyuki was of course a course one student, with Tatsuya being a course two student. Now, course one students are basically the students that get catered to for the school. You know, they have access to most of the facilities. Uh, Most of the teaching is like uh kind of coordinated towards them.
Yeah, these are the AP students.
I didn't want to remember high school. I did not want to
You're
remember high
watching
school.
a show about high school.
I know, but like I didn't think of it like that. I was just like, damn, this sucks. And course two students are the students that are, one, looked down upon, two, don't get like that much like that many resources put into them, but they still have like, the regular baseline curriculum.
Yeah. Course one is like, you're gonna be the future leaders of the world, and course two is like, you're gonna work at McDonald's.
Just it honestly, it gave me like not assassination classroom vibes, but like kind of close to it.
Yeah, the way that they separated like class E from everyone else,
Yeah.
and they were looked down on. Yeah.
Um, but they have their whole matric I don't even want to say the word. It's an opening ceremony, and it's a welcome. It's welcoming like the new students into the school. You know, all the first years. Miyuki is not announced, but the representative for all the first year students. And and I'm trying to think, but
He watched the show.
I did, yes. I also took a nap maybe like
Like
an
20
hour and
minutes ago.
yeah, I just like woke up from a nap like 20 minutes ago. So I do apologize if it's like a little scatterbrained. Brain's working though, at the very least. Um, but even Tatsuya can like notice like the clear separation between course one and course two students, even in like the assembly room.
Mm.
It's just like, damn, this is crazy. But he sits down and two girls sit next to him. Uh, Erica Erica Chiba and Mizuki Shibata.
So here's
Erica,
Erica. Boom.
yeah.
And what was the other one?
The other one was Mizuki. It's the one with the
Mizuki.
eyes.
Mizuki. There we go. Boom.
And these two are also course two students. You know, given the title is like, they're not the strongest, but they have talent for
Yeah.
the most part.
Yeah. Plus Erica's best girl.
Yes.
I didn't like the silence. I was like, come
I'm
on, man,
trying
we
not
talked
to.
about
I
this.
almost died on the lozenge. I popped, so I'm not dying over here.
The thing that was supposed to save me almost killed me.
hmm But sorry. Um, I guess this is like one of the. It's like after the ceremony. Uh, the three of them kind of like roam the halls, or Tatsuya is waiting for his sister, and she's just like, I hadn't say anything, but is that your sister? And he's just like, well, yeah, actually. It's like, I never mentioned that. It's like, how'd you figure that out? And it's just like, consent, like the similar, it's like how their presence demands, like, what is it? I forgot how she described it, but it was like something about their presence, like
It like
their aura,
demands
like
your attention.
demanded, yeah, is very attention grabbing.
Like people can probably sense the inner power that they have.
And just real quick that there's like a condition that Mizuki has, which has a really simple name, but it was just really long, which is oversensitivity to spirit particle emission. Basically, she can see like the aura and magic that emanates from people, and Tatsuya immediately was just like, "Ah, shit." That's the one person that probably could figure out that I'm probably not supposed to be here, or that there's definitely more to me than there needs to be.
I feel like that's not hard to figure out though.
No, not at all.
It's
No.
literally like, hey, you're in the worst of the worst class. How are you doing
Right?
all this stuff that you're doing? Like, cause he's
um,
bad at like normal magic, but
yeah, his
he's
practical skills are subpar,
yeah.
but everything else is like top notch.
I feel
and
like
that's why
yeah.
he got put the into fucking the second. I didn't said this term like fucking 6 times. He's a second. He's a course 2 student.
I feel like it's gonna be some fucking like Avatar: The Last Airbender thing where he's gonna like get hit on a certain spot of his back and unlock all his magical prowess.
Oh my god.
His chakras will be cleared. He's the best magician ever.
That's the world has ever seen.
He's too powerful. They need to take him
Uh,
down.
Also another thing between Miyuki and Tatsuya is that they kind of like they tease each other, but like they're definitely joking,
Are they?
and for the most part, it's stated that they're joking. However, there are some people that are just like one either into that shit or two don't. It just goes over their head completely.
They even stated they're like, oh, we should probably stop because one person here thinks we're serious.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, they're not. But even after saying that, like the extent that they go to, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
are you sure that this is a joke?
He's like they're siblings. Um, let's see. I guess it's like and probably the what's her the student council president, Mayumi, uh
Mayumi
takes
Tatsuya.
quite the liking to Tatsuya and
Ooh.
also his sister. The two of them together make quite the interesting pair, especially when they're in the same room. And student council president, might I say, was she's very expressive with what she wants,
What do you
to say the
mean?
least. Huh? She makes like not innuendos, but she'll hint at certain things that you wouldn't normally like pick up or
Yeah.
things she might like, all while retaining the status of um student council president. Like she doesn't see, the second course students as, failures or fucking the term weed as it is referred to in the anime. Because course one students are blooms and course twos are weeds.
Can I say that while I was watching it, I was pretty tired from work every time I was watching an episode or two. Um,
Mm.
so I'm listening to them calling them weeds, and I'm thinking of like weed, like marijuana. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
what the fuck does this mean? It was like the next day I was just like, oh,
It hit him.
it's so fucking stupid.
Oh man. Yeah, but also those two words are just like used as slurs that are also apparently illegal according to school rules. Because it is just like not deprecate. Well, it is deprecation. Partly, it's partly deprecation and also just like blatant what is it? I don't
Classism?
remember the word. Yeah, classism is discrimination
Yeah.
basically, and Miyuki's just not happy about it at all because she knows like how strong her brother actually is. Um, and kind of also Miyuki is it's not mentioned early, but like she's she's really strong. Miyuki is really strong, and sometimes her emotions get the best of her, and she decides to freeze a whole boiling kettle pot.
Huh. Crazy.
Yeah, that shit was boiling, by the way, before she got upset.
She doesn't even have to get like overtly upset. It's just like a little miffed.
Yeah, and like things start freezing. We're just like, oh, okay. But basically, what led to that kettle incident? Uh, Miyuki, communicates with their parents, and she's just like, okay, cool, everything's good on my end, you know. And I spoke to her parents, and then she goes to speak to her brother, and he says he hasn't heard from either one of them, and she gets upset because apparently Tatsuya did something. Not quite sure what it was, but they're not happy with his decision on what he did. He only cares about his sister. Honestly, I respect it. Um, oh, never mind. He just refused to work at his dad's company. That's it. They really just got mad at him for that. There's nothing else.
So
Uh,
far,
so far,
I have no idea if there will be anything else, honestly. But I'm just saying.
he got a lot of anime to go.
Yeah,
You only watched five.
yeah,
The next day, which I actually really like the transition, or not really the transition, but they're like basically like running in the streets. Miyuki's on skates and he's just sprinting down the fucking like down the block, like in the middle of the street. There's like cars on the other side, and they're just really nice. It's just like how magic's incorporated into just like daily lives, whether it's traveling and whatnot. She's skating on asphalt. If that's not cool, I don't know what is.
man, I wish I could do that.
It's
It's like you can. It's called skating.
skating, but without the skates.
Yeah,
But Tatsuya and Yuki travel to mm, an I want to say dojo. I'd say a
yeah,
ninja dojo.
yeah.
And Tatsuya is immediately like ambushed by a bunch of like I'd say disciples. They're definitely not like masters or anything, but I believe they're training there. And so I think this is just part of his training, morning training stuff. And Mr. Kokono Yakumo, really cool guy, sneaks up on Miyuki and she's just immediately very uncomfortable.
He's bald.
Because he is bald, yes. He's also like 56.
Jesus.
Yeah. But he kind of gets a little creepo mode over the moe-ness of Miyuki's uniform.
Moeness.
Moe-ness, yes. And Tatsuya catches wind of this and immediately attacks Yakuma from behind. And they get into a little bit of a quite the scuffle, actually.
There was no hesitation, bro. He just started going
No,
at it.
it was just on site. And honestly, I appreciated that because
Yeah.
it just like it. This is all like one episode,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, this just kicks it off right off the bat. I was just like, I I like this. This is like rejogging my memory of this anime. And he's like, you know, if I don't use he's like, I definitely don't beat Yakuma is like, I don't beat Tatsuya strictly taijutsu.
However,
However, I'm gonna use magic or his shinobi arts as he deems fit, and basically like gives fucking Tatsuya a run for his money.
I feel like it was mostly like he mostly just deflected.
Yeah, it was mostly defensive, and then I think he got like maybe two or three hits in that were like really solid.
Yeah.
Um, but it takes a little bit, and after that, it just kind of pans to Tatsuya just being on being on the ground. um, and she uses magic to pretty much heal him up. She got her skirt dirty from kneeling down. You know,
Bro, that shit was crazy.
magic's, huh?
That shit was crazy.
Mm.
Like, just she pulled out the phone, was like SPD emergency, and then cleaned her skirt. Like, what the fuck?
Everything's just simpler in a world of magic.
It's crazy. I need that. I spilled coffee on my shirt the other day. I was pissed off.
Damn.
You need to see it.
And pretty much they have breakfast before, they leave for school. Um then we meet Leonhard Saijo.
I don't have
One
him.
of his classmates. I do. Unironically. He is one of Tachi's classmates alongside with
Oh,
I
this
think,
guy.
yeah, that guy. Pretty chill guy.
Yeah.
Um he introduces himself to Tatsuya. They exchange pleasantries, and they kind of notice that he's typing on like the desk, like in the terminal instead of like using, I don't know, like a phone. And he just kind of breaks it down to them. It's like he's been doing it for a very long time. It's just easier for him, basically. Um, then uh Leo basically calls Erica a dude. She got so offended by that. And the trying to think. He's like, I guess. Oh no, Haruka is like, not. Was it? No, she was a counselor. She's not a teacher, but I don't. I don't think they had a teacher. I think it was just her. I don't. I don't remember.
I feel like she showed up and they were like, "What's up with the teacher?" And then it just cut to another scene.
Yeah,
It was
he's like,
fucking
what?
weird. I was like, "What?" Like she smiled at him and then it just cuts. Oh,
Yeah,
what? Are you
which
gonna
I'm pretty
explain?
sure he already knew who she was and
Yeah.
whatnot.
'Cause, we
But
didn't you didn't mention it earlier, but like the show kind of starts with him in like the military.
yeah,
So it's like he has this like secret past that like no one's gonna know about for the moment. I'm sure that's gonna
that
come up
no one
later.
should know about.
Yeah. So maybe there's going to be like military implants in the school now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Given, it's a fucking arms race for
Yeah.
magicians, so I'd only so I'd only imagine.
You have a picture of her, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Um, I don't think she's super important right now, to be honest. But I do want to
No.
have the picture
Later.
of her because she has some fucking milkers. Bro, look at those shits, bro. I know what I'm here for. Bro, she got
He's
the
here. He's
milkers
here
and
for
she
the
had the
win.
fucking, she had the tights and shit. I was like, oh,
He's here for the women.
the wham.
Um, let's see. Um, they have lunch together. At least the course two students do. Miyuki comes over. and wants to sit with the course two students, gets hailed back by the other course one students. They get into a spat. He's like, hey, you shouldn't really be hanging out with them, because we're better
Yeah,
than them.
specifically this guy.
God, what a fucking asshat, dude. God. Uh, Morisaki Shun.
Bro, he would use the hard R.
Not wrong.
I was gonna say,
not,
tell me I'm wrong. He would
not wrong.
100% use the hard R.
Uh-huh. But, he's like, fucking, we're better than them, and he's like, almost getting into like a real, like, big argument. And Tatsuya's just like, all right, I'm, Miyuki, I'm done eating. I'm gonna go now.
His tree is like full. He's like, I finished eating anyway. Whole tray still full.
And, yeah. Uh, and then it cuts again to like a after school scene of Miyuki about to leave with her brother. Of course, one student's again, same guy, fucking, you know, you shouldn't go home with him. You should like hang out with us.
It's like, we literally lived. He's my brother. It's like, the fuck? You want me to move?
um, they get into like a really big argument. Um,
Yeah, they get into a bit of a scuffle.
yeah, a lot of spells started to being cast.
Motherfucker pulled out a Glock. Shit was crazy, bro.
uh, it just so happened that that Shun's cat, fucking CAD, or what they use to cast their spells, happened to be a gun, or shaped like a gun, which is interesting. And let's just say the student council president stops this before like any more spells start to like being fucking activated before they're casted. And she pulls up with Mari. Mari is the
Second this girl.
head.
Have a
she
type.
is she's the head of the disciplinary committee. And she's like, all right, explain this shit right the fuck now. Student council president's here. I'm head of disciplinary. And Tatsuya is immediately just like quick and just ready off the jump. Bullshit. Lies. Because he has an ability to read spells before they cast it. So he knew how dangerous this shit was about to be, but he played it off as something kind of minor. Uh, when like spells being cast, you want to like see how it was casted, um, the effects of it and whatnot. And so he was kind of able to bullshit his way out of it, without everyone getting written up. Um,
It was such a shitty excuse too.
it was, yes,
It's like, I
absolutely.
wanted to see his attack, but it was so real that I just like, I couldn't help myself, and I thought he was really gonna attack me.
But then he went on to like say that it was just like it was downcasted like heavily, so it wouldn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
It's like all the different kind of spell types that they were just both able to read. They were like, so that was an attack spell, that was an attack spell. What the fuck are you doing? Like, oh my
I
god.
feel like she accepted his explanation way too quickly too.
That too.
He was just like, yeah, it was a spark spell, and she's like, oh, okay. It's like, huh? It's like, oh, you can read spells. Like, what if he just lied? You can't. So what if he just lied?
But that's just like, and this is where it kind of gets mentioned again of upon entering this specific like this magic high school, you're either considered an honor student or a borderline dropout. And that's just like episode one of just introductions of characters. There's just a lot. they threw a lot at you in the first episode for sure.
which I feel is
Um,
weird because I don't feel like much happens anymore
no, this
after
is
that
just like
until
a
like
lot.
four.
This is just a lot of people.
Yeah. It's like
They're
here's
just like,
everyone, here's like what the show's about. Now let's spend the next three episodes just like chilling with them, and then stuff will happen.
yeah. But episode 2 is basically Miyuki gets accepted into, or gets the proposal
Scouted.
to join the student council. She accepts, but also wants to bring uh Tatsuya on board with her. You know, they were like, if you do this, this hasn't been done, since the school's been basically around. You know, usually the student council is full of course one students. And so through a bit of discussing, there's a loophole because disciplinary committee just had an opening due to a graduating senior from the previous semester. And so they're like, all right, he can be put in there. And he's just like, how are you making these decisions for me? It's like I'm right here. It's like, why are you guys making these like decisions without me? And you're just like, no, you don't get to have a choice. Cope.
Seethe. Mauled.
Mold. Um, um, then the uh the vice president of the student council has a, let's just say he has a bitch fit. Um, forgot. I don't think I don't have a picture of the uh the vice president.
Well, isn't it the same guy that was fighting
Hattori.
the? Yeah.
No.
No.
Is it? No. Wait, hold on. I feel like it's not.
I
One
could have
second.
sworn it was.
Unless I'm wrong, which I understand. I mean, if I'm wrong, I understand. No, this is Hanzo Hattori or Hattori Hanzo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not the same guy. But he is vice president. He's been undefeated since enrollment, and he's kind of questioning Tatsuya's like abilities,
Mm-hmm.
given he's a course 2 student, and so he gets a little full of himself. And Tati is like, all right, cool. Since you doubt my skills and you place doubt on my sister's judgment, I have no choice but to step up and challenge you to a duel, basically, magic duel. Like to see it. The secretary for the student council, which I forgot to mention, she's not as important at the moment, but her name is Asuza Nak- Nakajo. She's adorable. Um, she's the she's the secretary for the student council, and quite the whiz with the knowing where different CADs are made, their production, how they're produced, and so on. So Tatsuya kind of comes to the duel room with his own CAD, and his are also like model after guns, but these are like not one. I think they're one of a kinds. They're Silver Taurus, made by a person who has no face or real name on record. And so,
She
um,
like freaks out over it.
yeah, because
He's a legend. Oh my god.
I mean, someone just walked into the school with like something that's made that's one of a kind, two made by someone that doesn't that's just shrouded in mystery, but like the greatest person to ever live that's ever like casted a spell. So I can only imagine like how excited someone could be for that. But they have their duel. Tatsuya literally spanks him out in like half a second,
Oh yeah.
and it wasn't even close.
No, not even.
And that dude was gone. He was just like,
He had a
I'm gonna
whole
do this,
plan.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna do this, this, and
Discombobulate.
this. um, but he does end up apologizing to at least the sister, but not, Tatsuya, because
Yeah.
why would he ever do that? Because, asshole and all that jazz.
Cause he's weed and I'm a bloom.
It's a cringe. Um, Here's one more student council member that I forgot.
He wouldn't use the hard R, but he'd use the A and say like it's not a problem.
This is the treasurer of the student council. That is Suzune Ichihara. Uh, but between that's really it. Between, the duel and kind of just like them, what is it? Um, Not base, like a baseline test for Tatsuya's practical skill.
Mm.
They go over that again, but that's really it for episode 2. Um, Episode 3 um gets
That's the martial arts episode, right?
what, 3?
Yeah, I think so.
It should be, yeah. It is, yeah.
I remember.
Nice.
I watched the show
But
too, guys.
um he's accepted into the disciplinary committee. This is also like, is it like the I like to call it like a club festival, kind of.
Mm.
Basically, all the different clubs are on display. They're trying to grab people to join their clubs. Um, oh, ow. Um, Trying to think. Um,
I know he gets the alert that like something happened, so he
I
like
thought that
starts
was
booking it.
that's like that's later. That's like the next episode.
Oh,
This one he sees Erica getting sworn by like different sports member the school club, but they're all like sports. And he basically like clears them out using like a spell, makes them all like fall on their ass, and he's just like grabs her and fucking runs. Um, but yeah, he saw a little bit of Booba. Um, and as a payment to Erica, He's like, "Hey, come hang out with me for a little bit." And they go to the gym. Uh, the kendo club and the kenjutsu club are having a little bit of an argument at the moment. Kendo being, the traditional martial art of this of swordplay, and then is like straining a little bit. And then the kenjutsu club is basically kendo, but with the use of magic. So it kind of got like a
Oh,
subclass to it.
I was wondering, like, what the fuck is the difference?
Yeah. Kenjutsu is more magic based. And the Mibu Sayaka is this is like not the greatest picture of Mibu, but Mibu
Mibu?
Mibu, yeah.
Yo, ain't that shit you put on your Nintendo?
Okay. Mibu gets into an altercation with the captain of the kendo club. I mean, not the kendo club, the kenjutsu club. He's not that important, but he looks like an asshole. And they have a sort of a duel. And within this quick exchange, Mibu gets the first strike, of course, and they kind of go back and forth saying, "Yeah, this would have been fatal if this would have hit. If it was an actual sword." Then the asshole from Kenjutsu Club was just like, "Well, it's a good thing it's not a real sword. However, I'll show you a real sword," and fucking activated a spell, fucking enhanced the kendo stick that he was holding and attempted to fucking hit her. And Tatsuya is just like, no.
No.
Fucking jams the spell itself, turning it off and knocking that dude, fucking apprehending him in like a blink of an eye. And all the
Stop,
other
you
Kenji
violated the law.
stop right there. And apparently the spell that he used was it's called Sonic Blade. Uh, I'd assume from what I'm reading, it's a B rank lethal spell. And I'd assume it goes in reverse of like D being like one of the lowest to, A or maybe S in this case. And B is pretty high on yeah. Like B is just like kinda high up there.
Yeah, more than you should be using in this situation.
And so all the other Kenjutsu goons are just like, hey, can't be
Goons.
doing it. He's like, it's like you're gonna pay for this, but he clearly states of like why uh fucking the Kenjutsu captain was getting apprehended. It was like misuse of magic, which it was to an extreme degree. And he starts like beating the other guys' asses. It was just like, oh my Jesus. Like I've never seen so many people just like get their shit pushed in. Like one after the other. Like I
Just for
thought they would learn
association.
after. Yeah. It's like, damn, boss got his ass beat. Well, it's our turn.
Yeah.
Um, and it just like so happened that, uh, yeah, um, I believe he at least admitted like, what he did was wrong, but that was the only thing that Tatsuya had really reported to uh
The
to
committee?
the discipline, yeah, to the committee. You know, they were making sure there's like no one else used magic. You know, kind of keeping like the reports as low key as possible,
Yeah.
even though there were other people that definitely used magic, but it was just keep it as at least as letting God
Put it
the
this
least
way.
amount of people got involved,
If
basically.
he did it the way that they want him to, the whole school would be suspended.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, let's see. Um, I think for the most part, that's what happened for that episode.
Pretty much, yeah.
I guess to touch on this is the captain of the kendo club. He becomes he comes like comes in importance like episode 5-ish, tail end of 5, definitely in 6 for sure, but he's an important face for like 5. Um, episode 4. Um, they just have a real interesting conversation of magic jamming, or Tatsuya's like unique skill of being able to pretty much like negate spell casting.
Yeah, he explains all the science behind it.
Yep. And the reason why it's not like, can be publicized is because it's a really dangerous thing in a magic controlled world right now. And if, they figure out people you can do this without magic, they can just pretty much over like rerun how or rework how the whole like society works because, you can jam magic now, and they were just like, they shouldn't no one should have to know about this. Um, trying, uh,
I wonder how much this world actually relies on magic. Like are airplanes magic powered now?
I don't think so, but it does get kind of touched on that. One of the reasons of why Tatsuya is even in this school is because he wants to turn magic into a source of energy,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Unlimited power.
yeah, basically, it's just making it simpler for other people, or even just keeping it like efficient, because the years again like 2095, and it's like so much happened. World War III has happened, and magic's at an all-time high. um Basically, in this episode, Mibu asks Tatsuya on a date, and he accepts, but um she's kind of really how to say it, she's really upset with like how the way she's like her and like the other students are treated that aren't course 1. So like all the other course 2 students
The
are being
weeds.
treated, um and she makes her claim to Tatsuya. Tatsuya is just like, I understand how you feel, however you and I don't have the same kind of uh ideals in mind, so I can't really help you. Um, and Tatsuya has become quite popular in the school itself for being the
The
course 2
sheriff.
student. Yeah, the course 2 student that can beat all the course 1 students' asses without using magic.
What happened to keeping a
Um,
low profile?
yeah, I don't. He's just doing his job.
He's doing all this shit without magic. It's like, huh? Should we focus on this guy? Nah.
um, Tatsuya speaks with Ono Haruka, the counselor. The counselor basically tells him, we've been conducting research with the other uh like the other students. It's like making sure they're okay, you know. It's like basically puts them on like a psychological like spectrum, basically. It's like with their mental assessments and how they're handling, the school life. Um, but the weird thing was that, she said to Tatsuya, you should give Hiba a shot. Not Hiba, fucking Mibu. Mibu, and he's like, "What do you mean by that?" And she doesn't say anything, but
She
she
says that she's
knew
like
that,
being nosy or whatever.
yeah.
Like, it's so cute. Ha 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 tee. It's like, ma'am, please smother me in your boobies. I'll do whatever you ask of me.
But he basically puts Mibu down pretty gently, honestly, kinda, to as gentle as Tatsuya's standards. He's not this nice to anyone except his sister, to
Yeah.
be honest.
He could have been like, know your place, trash.
But Tatsuya basically shows Miyuki some information about a organization by the name of Blanche. Uh, they are essentially a terrorist group that quote unquote hates magic, but really they don't reject it and is against the discrimination of like between, course 1 and course 2, or just how society is just defined as the people that can and people that can't, but judged unfairly, and that there is someone in the school that is working with this organization. Uh, Episode 5 is where stuff starts kind of like heating up. Um, the the PA system basically gets it's like basically gets like taken over. They make their announcement over the loudspeaker, and it's just like, um, we are such and such a group. We want to fight against the kind of corrupt school or the school system itself, how it's unfair, unjust for those who can't, those who are judged unfairly. Um, and it causes like quite a commotion actually. And so the disciplinary committee is called, student council is called, and they're standing outside of the broadcast room. And uh, Tatsuya is just like, this seems kind of familiar. Also, I might know who's responsible for this. And calls Mibu on her cellular device and is just like, yeah, I'm outside. He's like, yeah, we'll let him to talk this out. And he's like doing it from the point of Tatsuya, not like as a part of the disciplinary committee. He's like, um, your freedom will not be like in like
Infringed upon.
infringed upon, yeah. And he's like, we can talk this out. We can have this talk. You know, both sides can talk this out. Student council, and, Mibu and her people, and so they open the door, fucking immediately apprehended, and the only one
Fucking
that's
idiots.
not apprehended is fucking Mibu. They let her go, but they're like, but at least the communication between the two sides happens, and they decide to have a forum, which is basically it's gonna be Mibu and anyone else that wishes to speak out on behalf of their committee against the student council president, basically.
Yeah, like they're gonna do this civilized.
hmm And the student council president's like, yeah, I can do this alone. This is not a problem. This will happen tomorrow. And but yeah, it's basically a public debate, and they find out, at least from Kokonoe, that the Kino is the guy that I mentioned earlier, the captain of the kendo club,
Yeah.
is affiliated with Blanche
Ooh.
through his older brother, and his older brother runs the Japanese branch of Blanche. Uh, then the next day the debate starts, has both like, you know, this really nice back and forth to it. Then the student council president kind of just addresses the whole student body, and it's like, yes, I know this isn't right. This is what I've been working on trying to change so that no one feels discriminated against. Yes, it's been taking a while, but as you know, that the semester's coming to a close, uh, a new election will be started. But she's like, as for my final like act as student council president, I'll try to my best to make sure that this like line between course one and course two is dissolved, that there's no discrimination, and meanwhile outside, explosions happen, and that's where episode 5 ends.
Yeah. I couldn't help but think when she's like, my final act and everything, that stupid
Mm.
fucking meme, like, change the world. My
My
final
final message.
message. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Which is basically that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically that.
But yeah, it ends on a cliffhanger basically. But we will not go into that. You have
Nope.
to watch yourself.
Yeah.
Get fucked, haha. Um, I guess since you presented, I'll go first about like reading and stuff.
Go for it.
So this show, this was kind of similar to what was the last one that we did that I was like, oh, I've seen this before. Wait, I don't know this. I don't know this. I don't remember this. What show was that?
Um, was it something that I picked?
Yeah, it was the one that they have like they're in the classroom and they get the points for
Oh,
performance.
Classroom of the Elite.
Yeah, that. So
hmm
this was another example of that where I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. Wait, I don't remember anything. And I was like, what the fuck?
I love
Um,
this. Yeah.
yeah. So I was very much like, pretty much experiencing it for the first time again. Um, so going in, starting off with just general look of the show. Even just now, like before we started, we were getting the pictures, and I was like, "Oh, these characters look like generic anime characters. I don't know who's important or not." So it I will say like design wise, it's not the best. But actual storyline, it's pretty interesting. It's not the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Um, but it is something that like I can tell that it's there. I can tell that there's going to be a moment that like hooks me in. My complaint, honestly, and it's not even a complaint of this show specifically, just in general, is that there's so many stories exactly like this of like the overpowered ex-military or whatever going to high school and trying to fit in like a regular student and very obviously not doing it, but you know, nobody takes notice or just lets it slide and he has to solve whatever happens and blah blah blah. Like it's a very generic plot line. Um but what saves it with this is the characterization. I enjoy the interactions like between him and his sister, although they're a little sus sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, uh, the action's pretty good. The animation is fine. This is, you said, like 2014. I know that
2014. It's not
newer
bad.
seasons have come out since then, so I don't know. Maybe it gets a little better, more updated, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, my biggest gripe is just that it's something you've seen before. You know,
Yeah, the storyline's pretty generic.
yeah,
Well, like the plot. I won't say the storyline. Storyline's a little
yeah,
different,
just
but the
general
plot's
plot.
generic.
Yeah. Um, but still enjoyable. Um, I'd probably give it a just for the first five because I feel like the pacing was weird because it was like episode one a lot happened and then like two and three nothing happened really,
Yeah, and then
and then
four, it was a
four,
weird build up.
yeah, and then five is the
It's the
cliffhanger.
execution. Yeah.
Um, so I'd say like a six just for the five, but if memory serves correctly, because I know I did watch this, it does get a lot better. Once it gets going, it keeps going for a while.
Yeah.
So I would say to check it out. But yeah, I think I'll go with a six.
But, but it was honestly a lot higher than I was expecting, to be honest.
And never mind, I changed my mind. It's a one.
um, personally, um, I wholeheartedly, and I still enjoy it. And even only just watching the first five and me stumbling a little bit, I was able to follow along as well. As I just have a hard time explaining stuff because English is hard. But yeah, generic plot, but the characters honestly make up for it. You know, everyone has their own personality. It's not like copy paste. I haven't met any Mary Sue's yet,
Yeah,
and that's something that I really like. Erica being, you know, Erica, the tomboy.
the best girl.
Yes,
She's almost perfect.
almost.
Yeah, she just needs the booba of the counselor, and then she'd be perfect. Bro, big booba tomboy. Let's go.
But just the interactions with all the student council members, you know, the conflict in the schools, you know, outside organization. Isn't that, you know, even the fight scenes are clean. It's 2014.
Yeah.
I have a lot of credit. A lot of credit. Um, I give this a 7. I'll keep it pretty close to par. I'd still want to. I think I'm gonna watch this again. Because after watching 6, I was just like, God damn.
Yeah, that's what I
I
was
had,
saying. Like, I remember that there's a part that like definitely starts to hook you, and it just keeps going from there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I give this a 7 out of 10. Would watch again. Currently watching again. Um, this does have a season 3. I don't know. Season 2, season 3.
Three.
Okay. Because the second half of the season, yeah, it's season 3. Um, yeah. Uh, if you don't think Erica's the best girl, I will find you. Uh,
We will find you. This is a
correction.
group effort.
We. Yeah.
uh, All right. Anything else before I go into what we're watching next time?
Uh, Magic Skates.
Good point. Good point. I applaud you. All right. So for next week, I wanted something that's just like fun. Don't have to focus on it too much. There's a storyline, but like it's important, but it's not super important. It's just a show to have a good time with. And I also
Mhm.
wanted to step away from anime for a little bit because we've been doing that nonstop for a while. So
Okay.
the Harley Quinn show.
Like King Shark.
Yeah. He's really good in this show, dude. He's really good in this show. Season 3 just came out, I believe, like yesterday or
Uh-huh.
something. I haven't checked yet. Um, but the show's really fucking good, and I've watched the first 2 seasons twice already. In
Uh-huh.
preparation for season 3, and you said you haven't seen it at all, right?
No.
Yeah, so I'm excited for you to see this because I think you're really gonna like this.
Okay.
It is just a fun time.
That Ivy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no comment.
we got we got Clayface, King Shark, Harley, Ivy. Um, I'm forgetting the fucking dude's name in the bottom right corner. He's a dickhead though. And Harley's landlord, or Ivy's landlord actually.
Uh, okay.
It's gonna be a good
This
time.
looks like a dude already. How derpy he looks. I love him. I already love him, and I haven't watched the show yet.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. But we'll see you guys then.
Yes, sir. Bye bye.
Bye bye.